Hey guys, Loco here with Wiggily after his victory over Cloud9. How does it feel to finally get? Oh, it's actually not you guys' first win. It's your second win, right?
Yeah, it's our second win. It feels really good. I think the first week was kind of a fluke just because we didn't have our coach here yet, like our analyst, and we were swapping rosters around a lot trying to find the right fit. So I think hopefully from here on out, it's just going to keep getting better and better. So
So a lot of people had you guys place incredibly low. Some people had you guys place 10th. How does it feel to actually be middle of the pack now?
uh, I mean, I don't really care like what people are gonna place you like as a team. It's early on in the season. Like people are just gonna go off like, we scrim these guys like once. We like 6-0'd them. We're so good. It doesn't really like actually affect the long run of our team, and I never really let it get to me at all. Yeah, I don't know. I think it just feels good to get wins, and I know we can keep getting better. So yeah, I'm just happy with overall everything.
Recently, there's been a lot of criticism about you guys trying to run a 10-man roster, how it's not really feasible. I'm one of the people that actually have a lot of criticism for that, and I don't think it is that feasible in North America. How has it been, and what's it like sharing your spot and having to compete for it?
Well, it's been pretty nice to work with Galen Moon. I think you definitely need like the right personality types to like be with each other. I think you have to have a really open mind and like learn from one another and not be too competitive and just be like, oh, I'm way better than this guy. He doesn't deserve like to get any playing time, whatever. I think if that's the case, if that's a relationship, then it's definitely not going to work out. But I think since we do have like way better like respect for each other and we like listen to each other, I think it can be very helpful to like watch him play, see how he communicates. It helps me, it helps him. I think it's just beneficial overall. Um, but worrying about my spot, I don't think that ever really like crosses my mind. I know that I'm good enough to play, and he knows he can play too. So we're not really worried about that too much. I don't think so.
So for me, when I look at younger LCS players coming in, especially for someone like you who's honestly a rookie, the 2 games from last year I don't think should count that much. Isn't the biggest thing you need stage experience, and that's the biggest thing you lack?
Yeah, I definitely think like getting to play like 2 games in a row. The first game I was definitely like a bit more like uncomfortable like, just on stage in general, and I think it is important to get like more experience for me. But I also think it was very helpful for myself at least to watch how Moon communicated the first game. Obviously, swapping in and out every other game when I'm still like not very experienced is not ideal, and I don't think that's the way we're gonna move forward with it. But I do think that it can be beneficial at times to have someone else step in and show you what to do or show something that they're good at that you might not be that good at. So
So what kind of role do you play on the team? I know Biofrost took over shot calling last year, and Pyre Evil, someone with a lot of ideas on how the game should be played, especially for jungle and mid the relationship. So I'm curious, like, what do you get squeezed? Like, you barely don't get to talk. What is your role like?
So I think in the beginning, the reason why we were struggling a bit is because I didn't really have like a voice within the team, and I was kind of just following. Being a new player, it's kind of the natural instinct to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna listen to everyone, like see what they have to say, and just do whatever they tell me to do, and just hopefully they like me. But I think over time, I realized that my input is just as beneficial to us winning as theirs is, and I can have a voice on the team. And I think when I started like speaking up more and we started working together more, it definitely like became like, wow, like we're actually like a team now. I think the first like week of the first LCS week, it definitely felt like, man, like I don't feel like a team yet, but I think it's starting to get to feel more like that now that I've been talking more, now that we've been just all having our own voice within the team. So
So I want to ask about today's game, the one versus C9. I'm actually surprised you guys pulled it off because C9 looked like the second best team in the league. You guys looked like you guys were struggling a lot. So what actually happened in the game itself?
well, I think this game, whenever there's an Ocean Dragon, it just always makes the early game pretty wild. So we knew that as soon as Ocean Dragon was on the map, that there was going to be something happening early. And I think they tried to respond by invading my red when I fell behind a little bit, taking the dragon. So they just went for an invade, but when Zillion hits level 6, it's pretty hard to fight. Like if you go on anyone other than Zillion and he just ults that person. So I think they didn't respect that very well. And then we ended up just easily winning the fight. So, and then after that, the game just became super easy because we just kept stacking dragons. And we had Ezreal who just got free farm free levels, free oceans. It's just pretty easy to play out. I think we were pretty sloppy, but we ended up getting the win, so I was happy.
So there's a lot of discussion regarding young NA players and what their future is due to imports being able to get naturalized much easier due to green cards only taking about a year or two, and a lot of the mid lane has actually gotten naturalized, so it's taking up space for young NA talent to play. What do you think makes it really hard for young NA talents to step up? And we see so much imports now.
I think the hardest thing is for a lot of players that are new is to like get the confidence. I think there's a lot of good NA players out there, but they need like experience on stage playing like in like high pressure situations. I know for myself, it's definitely like I can tell, okay, my second game already, I already feel way more comfortable just playing the game. And if you're just going to put someone in for one game and then they don't do very well, it's like you might just immediately be like, oh, this person's bad, but that might not be the case in my opinion. I think they just need more time. And a lot of teams, they can't really give you the time because they want to win now and they want to win, they want to win the split. So I think that's the biggest reason why we see a lot of imports that have more experience. That's my opinion on it. So.
Oh, I realized you used to be on C9's academy team and you actually beat their LCS team. Did it feel extra good today?
Yeah. There was like a lot of just jokes and like laughing around before the game. So it was definitely like, I knew like it was all like laughs and whatever, but deep down everyone's like, okay, like this is a serious game. I have to win. I have to beat my old teammates. But so I once you get into game, it doesn't really matter. But before the game, I was definitely like, yeah, I really want to win this game. So
is it hard at all filling in Rain over his shoes and just playing in CLG because of the whole golden age thing, and then now CLG being pretty garbage for a few years now, and there's like a new start to CLG with Pyre Ebo coming in, you coming in. I do think it's going to be a very fresh era. It's but new uniforms also. Do you feel any kind of pressure?
I think there's always going to be pressure being a new player, especially when your org for the last like few splits has not done very well, and the fans are like, okay, we want to win now. Like we were expecting. Yeah. So definitely, like I felt it a little bit, but I think over time I've kind of realized that I just have to do what I need to do. I don't need to really worry about that sort of thing. I just need to get the experience, just need to focus on what I know is good, and the wins will come with that. So I don't really worry about winning as much or like the result. I just worry about, okay, am I improving each game? Am I getting more comfortable? Am I playing well? So that's the biggest thing for me.
Wow. Thank you so much for the interview. Do you have any final words for CLG fans?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's the new golden age. No, just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just really grateful for all the support. I know we had a pretty rough start, but I'm pretty confident that we're going to keep going uphill from here. So
I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much to Lowkey community for making this interview happen. If you guys want to support them, the link is going to be down in the bio.